Hey guys, it's Kelsey. So I am here with my first ever Q&A. I am really excited. I know I haven't done a giveaway in a while, so this is also going to be a giveaway at the end, so to stay tuned to what you have to do for that. But I've had a couple people just ask me questions, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do a Q&A. So I went ahead and asked on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, I think, for questions. And then I just added them to some of the ones that I've already gotten that I think a couple people have asked. So I figured I could just cover it all in one go. So this is it. So thank you guys so much for coming. I kind of separated my questions into scrapbooking ones. And then there are actually, I think, more questions related to Marcus than about scrapbooking. So I'm going to go through those first. And then I'll do the scrapbooky ones because I have to answer some of the Marcus ones before I get into the scrapbook ones. So if that makes sense, I'm just gonna go through them. I wrote them all down. Thank you everyone who answered. So it's one page. I have a couple pages, so just stay tuned. Okay, so my first question is from Lisa. I love you, Lisa. This one is, have you started planning the big day yet? Colors, themes. I guess I need to ask Arlene's first because she asks, are you and Marcus married? Will you get married if you aren't already? Does your mom love him? So I think I need to answer that one first and then I'll get to Lisa's. But yes, me and Marcus are newly engaged. So we got engaged the end of September. I'm gonna actually show you guys because I know you guys have seen this from the top view on scrapbook pages, but I love my ring so much, you guys. So I just need to show you this detail on the side. It'll focus. There's a little diamond on the face of it, and then there's this intricate detail. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. But yeah, I just wanted to show you because that's one of my favorite little details is that little diamond on the actual side of the ring. And I know you can't really see that on the scrapbook pages, but yes, Marcus and I are engaged. So yes, we will be getting married next year. And then her other question was, does your mom love him? She does. He's like another child for her because Marcus lost his mom a couple years ago. It actually was a while ago now, but I'll find out that he called my mom to ask for advice, and they had this whole conversation when did you talk to my mom? And they'll have had this whole interchange. So I think it's really sweet. But yeah, he goes to her for stuff, and I think he's already another child of hers. So yeah, she loves him. And then back to Lisa's questions. Have you started planning the big day yet? What are your colors, themes? So yes, I have a whole Pinterest board. Actually, at the end of this, I will show you pictures from the Pinterest board. I think that'll be kind of fun. But we're getting married. Is there a question here about the date? Do you have a date? We're getting married. I don't know if someone asked it. I guess I'll get down the list and find out. But we are getting married September 25th of next year, so 2021. So it'll be a fall wedding. It's my favorite time of the year. So I was really excited about that. And we got engaged in the fall, so it gives us a whole year to prep for it. One of my favorite colors is a wine maroon burgundy type color. So I really want that, especially because it's fall, but I don't want it to be the main color. I just want it to be a little pop. I really want there to be a lot of blushes, and I think Marcus's suit will be gray. I really love the way maroon and navy looks, but not together as the main colors, if that makes sense. So it's kind of I think my bridesmaids dresses will probably be maroon. It's still up to change. Marcus's suit will be gray, and then he'll have a suit or a tie to match the bridesmaids dresses, or dress. It's just one. It'll be my sister. And then I think there's going to be a lot of blush and white cream pops. You'll see when I show you my Pinterest inspiration, the bouquet that I have pinned as my Pinterest inspiration, that's the color scheme. But there will also be navy because Marcus's best man and my brother are both military, so they're both going to be wearing their military blues, so there'll be navy kind of that way. But yeah, so we have been planning. Stay tuned to the end. I'll show you my Pinterest board for anyone who really wants to see specifics of what we're planning, but it's kind of a rustic romantic feel. It's going to be a super small wedding, super small. We don't want more than 20 people there, so it's going to be we're not even inviting most of our family, and I think there's 3 friends between us, so we really wanted it to be small and intimate. But it's fun planning. I didn't really think I'd ever be a person to get excited about wedding planning and stuff, but once you start finding things that are your style, it does get kind of exciting. So I'll show you the Pinterest stuff at the end. Thank you, Lisa, for that question. So Jackie and Bree just both want to know how he proposed. And I already told Jackie, I think it'll be kind of anticlimactic. He had a whole plan, like he had it planned out for like months that he was gonna do it when we went on our Helen camping trip to Helen, Georgia during Oktoberfest. He had a whole plan, and he was gonna like hide like we were gonna go like rock mining and stuff, and he was gonna like hide. He got a spare box from Shanko so that the box could get dirty and then he could still have a nice one for like later, but he was gonna like hide it and stuff and have me find it. And it sounded fun, like I get where he was going with it, but he ended up, pure Marcus fashion, not being able to wait till then. I mentioned it in a process video, but he cannot hold on to things that are supposed to be a surprise, like birthday, Valentine's, Christmas, all of that kind of stuff. Once he gets my present, he can't wait until the day. He has to give it to me immediately. So it's very like on brand for him to not be able to wait to do it how he had planned it. So how he actually did it was, we were getting my roof redone, and I went to work and they had just started on the roof, and then when I got back from work, it was done. And I drove up and the roof was the wrong color. And it cost me over $4,000 out of pocket, and it was the wrong color. And so I was kind of a mess. Like, I think it's kind of a stupid thing to get upset about, but I was like, it was a lot of money, and I had like, I really wanted a certain color, and then it wasn't that, and I was like, we just spent all this money and it's not what it's supposed to be. I called the guy, and the company I used, they were great. I don't quite know what happened, but he basically said they'll either redo the roof completely for free in the color that I want, or they would give me like a really big discount. So I was like, okay, well, let me just get back to him on that. But anyways, I was a mess, long story short, about the roof. Again, kind of stupid thing to get upset about, but Marcus was just trying to, he doesn't like seeing me upset. So he was just trying to calm me down and be like, look, like it's the outside of the house. Like, as long as it is safe and it will protect us and our house, it's like, it's what's inside the house that's important. And so he kind of segued it, and it was all off the, like, he didn't plan it or anything, but he just kind of segued it into what's important in life to try and put into perspective the roof to everything else. And then I'm gonna get emotional. I don't want to cry on this. I always get emotional when I tell this story because he was so dang sweet, but he basically prioritized, I'm gonna start crying, oh my gosh. He basically was prioritized, like telling me what's important in life is going in like me and Billy and like what's important in life. And so it got to me. But anyways, he was like, I was gonna wait for this, but I can't, because he was just going over everything that was important to him and crying. Anyways, he proposed in the house. I'm crying. I can't believe I'm crying. He proposed to me. It was just me and him in the house, but it was really, really sweet how he did it. And yeah, it was nice. I ugly cried really, really bad. And this is gonna be me on my wedding day. I'm gonna be crying in all the pictures on the wedding day. Sorry guys, it's so stupid. Anyways, he proposed and it was just us two, and it was actually really sweet. And once he told me what he was going to do, I was really happy he did it the way he did, because I ugly cried. It was not cute, and he was really sweet, and I'm glad that he did it that way, because I would not have wanted an audience to what I looked like when that happened. And it was so genuine, and just, it was the sweetest thing ever. So I hope that answered your question. It was just him and me and Billy in my house after me being upset about the roof, and that's how it happened. But I'm really glad it happened that way. So that's that question. Bree also asked if we want children eventually. Bennett is so cute. Is your sister planning on having more? I know my sister has mentioned how she does want Bennett to have siblings. I don't really know how many. I don't know, 1 or 2. But I know she is planning on having more kids. As far as me and Marcus, neither one of us have really we've never had a drive to have kids. I know sometimes that changes as you get older, so I never like count it out, because maybe that'll change. But neither one of us have ever really wanted to have kids. So, I mean, if it happens, it happens. I know like all my friends who like always said they never wanted kids and then they had them. Obviously, they never regretted that and they loved them dearly. So I'm not saying it won't ever happen, but we have no plans for that. Just, it's not something that we're really like it's on a list of priorities for. We love our little house and just us and Billy and being able to do like whatever we want right now. So that's pretty much my answer to that. I know that's kind of anticlimactic too, but for right now, like I love just being a fun aunt. Marcus is a fun uncle, and Billy likes being our baby. So that's what's going on right now. And then Safi Joe asked, how long have you and Marcus been together? And I love you for asking this question because I love saying this. Marcus and I'm gonna show you guys how we met. Okay, this is 2001. This is my 5th grade class, and that's little baby me, and that's little baby Marcus, and that's how we met. So we met in 5th grade, and we were friends ever since then. So it was really sweet. We know each other a really, really long time. We dated a little bit when I was in college, and then we got back together 5 years ago now. So we've been dating like officially for 5 years. But we've known each other a really long time. We met in 5th grade. So I love telling that story when people are like, how'd you guys meet? I'm like, elementary school. So I love that. That was my wedding binder, by the way. I have our class picture in the front of my wedding binder to keep everything organized because I think that's just so cute. So that is the answer to that one. And the last one, Lisa also asked, does Billy want to be a big brother? So I didn't know if you meant like for human babies or if we were gonna get more animals, but Billy really likes being the only dog. He likes being the baby. Whenever we have like my mom's dogs or something over, he loves playing with them, but then he wants them to leave. He does not like sharing our attention. He loves being the only child. So I don't think so. Marcus would probably love to get another dog. But Billy's 9 going on 10, and we love him to death, and he likes being the only dog, so we're gonna let him be the only dog. So he's my baby, so I'm just gonna let him stay my only baby. So there's that one, and that's pretty much all of the kind of more personal wedding Marcus Billy related questions. So then now I'm going to go into the more scrapbooky questions, and there's a lot of really good ones. So I'm gonna go through those, and then I'll go through the giveaway stuff. So Nicole asks how I scrapbook forwards and backwards simultaneously. So actually you guys can thank Nicole for this video because I actually decided to do this after she asked this question because I was like, you know, I mentioned that like a while ago when I did my Scraproom Tour, kind of how I do that, but that was a long time ago, so it's worth mentioning again. Basically what I did, I kind of have it easier because my mom was a scrapbooker, so she scrapbooked me up through high school. So pretty much I have through college forward. So I basically started scrapbooking. Whenever I started scrapbooking, I started doing current events. So that was maybe 5 or 6 years after graduating, or 5 or 6 years after graduating high school. So I had 4 years of college and then like 1 or 2 years from where I started scrapbooking. And so I needed to scrapbook backwards through college and then just stay current on where I was. And so pretty much what I did was I went through and I printed out all my pictures through college up till now. I spent an entire day doing it and putting them all in order, dating all the backs of the pictures. And that is basically all my photos are organized chronologically going backwards. And so what I have basically, if I can grab it. All right. Oh, sorry. I have just packs of photos that are dated. So this is basically it. I have these 3 packs and they're chronologically in order of photos. And I just grab one of these at a time until I get through them and then go to the next one. So once I get through these, plus the one I already have out, I'll be done going backwards. I'll only have to go forwards. But that's basically how I keep them organized. I'll just do 1 pack and then I'll grab another pack. But on my desk, same as what I said was in the Scraproom Tour, I always have 2 packs of photos out. So the one going forward, whenever I print photos, I print up to where I left off all the way up to the current day. And then I will go through, put them in order, and then I make a list of everything chronologically, and you can see what I have scrapbooked and what I haven't. I am waiting on Christmas for December so I can use Christmas kits in December for the first time ever. So once I have those scrapbooked, I can go ahead and put everything in the books in the order. But that's basically what I do for forward. So forward, I always am only one pack out from being current. So I basically just alternate with what I feel like scrapping at the time, either going forward or going backwards, but I try to go chronologically out. And that's just how I stay caught up. So I have my one going forward and then my one going backwards. And again, once I get through this one, I'll just grab the next one. So that's how I keep track with, sorry, the windows are open if you heard that truck. That's how I keep track of everything. But it did take a long, like it took like a whole day to originally get everything in order, but it was worth it because now I don't, they're in order. I don't have to do that again. So I hope that makes sense. I feel like that was kind of confusing, but that's how I do it. And then you can see my 2 books. I need to get 2 more because they are getting full. But I always have one album that is my album going forward and one album going back. And then when they're full, one just goes, you know, at the end of the bookshelf from where I left off, and then one goes in the beginning. So like my whole shelf, I don't know if you can see this. I have a row here and a row there, and I just put those albums in chronologically where they go on my bookshelf. Sorry, my scrap room was a little messy. I wasn't expecting to show you guys, but that's how I do it. So 2 albums, 2 packs, and I just work from whichever one I want to work from at the time. But I just try and stay in order, and I can skip around a little bit, but I really like to go chronological order. That way I'm not waiting on pages to get them in the books. I hope that makes sense. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them and I'll try and like fill you in a little bit more. And then Lisa also asked, what are some of your other favorite collections besides Felicity Jane and One Canoe 2? Any new collections you like? So that's a really good question because I did notice, sorry, my hair's still wet from the shower. That's a really good question because I know I had noticed the past several tags, actually probably every single one of the tags where this question has kind of been asked, I've always said One Canoe 2 and Felicity Jane. So I think it's a really good question to ask kind of what other ones I like, since those are always kind of the same ones. Those are the only 2 designers where I'm like, I'm going to like what they make. Everything I'm going to like. Everything else I kind of, it's hit or miss for me. Originally, Pink Paisley was my favorite because I was obsessed with Moonstruck, but they haven't really had another collection like that since. Like I liked Auburn Lane, their other fall one after that I thought was fine, but like Pink Paisley, Moonstruck was like my favorite. So it's so hit or miss on the collections if I like them or not. Same with Heidi Swap. I love her as a designer, but her collections are very hit or miss if I'm in love with them or not. I haven't had one of hers that I was really obsessed with until Wolfpack, and then as you guys know, Wolfpack's like one of my favorite collections to date. I love it, and she hasn't had another collection really like that since, which makes sense. You want to kind of like switch it up because if people like Wolfpack, they can just go get more of it. You want to like make different things. So those 2 collections I love. I'll tell you, as far as designer goes, one of the really underrated companies is Die Cuts with a View. Their stuff is often at Joann's. And that's like, there's a lot of their collections I don't mind, I don't really care for, but some of them, like, here's a couple right here, like, they're so underrated, like, people don't talk about them that much, but this paper pad, that's like both of these actually are Die Cuts with a View. This paper pad has 48 sheets, pretty high quality paper, gold foiling on them, and it was $7. Like, amazing. And I thought that color scheme was really cute. That's an old collection. I still keep hoarding scraps from that. But a newer one, it's still not new, but I got this one last year, Autumn Chill, and I think that's so pretty. And again, there were 36 sheets. All my scraps just fell out. I just think the colors are so pretty, and you get so much paper, and it's like really good price. So I think Die Cuts with a View is always a nice company. So I'm trying to pick up all my scraps to keep an eye on, because they have such a wide variety of collections, but these more autumnal ones are like some of my favorites. I'm trying to think of some other ones. As far as like new-ish collections, the last crepe paper collection with the rainbow I thought was super cute. Magical Forest. I don't have any of it though, because I have so much Maggie Home supplies that I don't use. I think it's cute and it's pretty, and I buy it and then I can't use it. I don't know why. But I really do love Magical Force, so I might try with that one whenever the paper pad makes its way to Tuesday mornings and I can get it cheaper. Trying to think of some more. There's a lot of really cute, Cocoa Vanilla is another one. I really do like several Cocoa Vanilla collections, but I've never played with their collections ever. I always see other people use them. I'm like, oh, I really like that. And then I've never used them. So Cocoa Vanilla is another collection or company though that I've liked several of their collections. But I've never got my hands on them to actually play with them. What are some other ones? My Mind's Eye has some cute ones. I really like, I mean, this is just the 6x6 one, but Wander, sorry, it's upside down because I don't want all my scraps to fall out. Wander from My Mind's Eye I thought was really, really cute. Very good for outdoor or boy stuff. Meow is really cute. That's an older collection. I wonder if I could dig it out. Ugh. Oh, there's too many scraps. I'm not going to bother. But Meow is the cat-inspired one that had a lot of fun, like lime green, hot pink, black and white. It was very like bold, very cat themed. And I have a whole paper pad of that, and I think that's really, really cute. So My Mind's Eye, always excited to see what they come up with. But again, it's very hit or miss if I like it or not. Are there any other ones? I don't know. Most of the paper pads I really, really like, or collections I really, really like. It's hit or miss based off the company. So there's not really another company that I'm like, I like all their stuff quite like One Canoe 2 and Felicity Jane, which is why I always list them, because they're very consistent with me liking what they come up with. But the ones I've listed, I think that's a good variety of my style and good examples of companies that I like but are hit or miss. As far as the newer collections, I really haven't seen too many of them. I know we'll have Creativation here in a couple months, so I'm really excited to see that and what'll come out. But I haven't really stayed up to date on like the newest collections, so I need to do my research. But I'm kind of honestly just waiting for Creativation, because I know I'm going to put in a couple kit requests to Christina at the Secret Kit Club, but I kind of want to wait until Creativation until I can see all the new stuff so I can really pick what I want. But yeah, I hope that answered your question. And then Brandy asked, what do you do to keep your mojo going? So again, I thought that was a really good question. Most of the time when I get stuck, it's because I just am not inspired by my products. Either I ran through my most recent kit and I'm trying to work from my stash, which is just older stuff, and I've looked at it for so long, it's not inspiring to me. So if you really get stuck and you can't make anything, sometimes it's nice to just look at what you have and make a little list of new things you can go out to buy that will coordinate with what you already have. So if I, pretty much any collection, if I really, really like, if I liked it, but I'm kind of not inspired by it, if I can go to the store and find a nice wood grain or a nice constellation to mix in with that, it puts a whole new twist on the products, and having that kind of new product to mix in with the old product can sometimes get you out of that jam and get you excited to do something again. Sometimes if I just have scrapped a lot and I'm kind of just low on gas, it's always nice to look on Instagram. It's nice to look on Pinterest for inspirations. I get a ton of inspiration from Facebook challenges, from different groups who have different techniques to try, or sketches or things to scrap lift. That's really helpful, because especially sketches and scrap lifts, you don't have to really use your brain that much. As long as you have products that coordinate, you can just turn your brain off and copy them and usually come out with something you really like if you liked the original. So that's an easy way to get your mojo going. I'll do that a lot if I'm just like down on creative ideas. I can't think of anything new I want to try. If I find someone else's design I really like, then I'll just use that so I don't have to use too much more like creative juices, if that makes sense. Another thing I'd like to mention, so I don't know if people say it all that often. It's harder, especially if you're on design teams or you're doing challenges that have a deadline, because I feel like having a deadline can often stress you out and make you not really be able to think. So that's kind of the caveat to this, but in most cases, if you're really low on mojo, it's okay to take a break. I know sometimes people get stressed out because they want to make something and they can't, or they I don't know. I don't know exactly. I know there's a lot of different situations where this can happen, but sometimes for me, like, it's okay to just walk away for a while. Sometimes you just need a break, do something else for a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then come back fresh. But sometimes if you just try to keep forcing it when you're already just like over it, you can make it worse. So if you really want to make stuff, you can maybe use some of those other ideas. But unless it's something that has a deadline, it's okay to just stop for a while. I know Mercy Tiara has a whole series that she does with another friend. I can't remember who she did it with, but she has a whole like Find Your Mojo series. So if you look at Mercy Tiara, I've found her videos very helpful. But yeah, I think another really cool way to get your mojo started, it's not something I really thought about doing until Mercy Tiara's mood board challenges, the ones that, like, especially Moira picks out the best mood boards, you guys. I always love her mood board challenges. But looking at mood boards sometimes, looking up just a color scheme, because a lot of times, even if you just look up a mood board or a color scheme, they'll give you colors that you wouldn't think to put together. And if you like the overall scheme, then you can then go to your stash and maybe pull in papers from different things you wouldn't have thought to use together before. And that can make you excited to then make something, you know. So I guess those are my top ones. I know it's kind of all over the place. I know for me, particularly if I'm using a collection, I will search specifically layouts using that collection. That way I can see how people use the exact products I'm trying to use, and sometimes that can give you some good ideas as well. So that's my answer to that one. I hope that was helpful. Thank you, Brandy, for that one. Bree asked, what website do I use to generate the words with remaining alpha? So I've mentioned this quite on older videos, but I haven't used that website in a while. So I'm kind of glad that she asked that so I could bring that up again. I don't know if I have my phone with me right now, my other phone. But what I do is I just Google letters to words, and it'll be within the top 5, I'm pretty sure, but it's the litscape.com option. And basically it'll just bring up a search bar where you just type in all the letters you have left on your alphabet sheet. You hit search, and it literally will bring up every single word that is possible to be made with that alpha sheet. And I find that super helpful because there were multiple times I wanted to use a specific alpha sheet, but it looked dead to me. I could not form a word with what was left. And I wanted to use that type of alphabet for my title. And litscape.com has really helped me with that. I have typed in litscape.com before though, and it takes me to a different part of that website, and I cannot find where that search bar is. So whenever I go to search for it, I search letters to words, and then in the first couple options, you'll see litscape.com, and that's the one. And usually you can have it organize the words in many different ways. I think it automatically comes up alphabetized. But what I will usually do is I will have them arrange them from longest words to shortest words. That way I can see the longest words I can make with what letters I have. So I hope that helps. And then Miranda asked, are you planning on getting a kit together to document your wedding plans / wedding? So as far as like, I probably won't have a kit for everything exclusively. What I'll probably do is have like my monthly kits for different sections. Like as far as trying on dresses, maybe seeing vendors, if I document that, I'm just gonna use whatever I wanna use for that. We are planning on having engagement photos done. So I probably will use the same collection to document all of the engagement photos. So those are all cohesive. And then as far as the wedding day, I will probably do it in chunks. I probably will not use the same collection throughout the entire day, but I probably will use the same collection for the ceremony, and then the same kind of collection for the group photos, and then maybe the same type of collection for like the photos of just me and Marcus in our wedding clothes, because we're planning on having a photo shoot after the wedding of just me and Marcus, like in some really cool locations in downtown Ackworth. I'm really excited, but I probably won't use the same collection for all of it because I think I'll get bored. I've never had a separate book for anything. My vacations go in the same albums. Everything's chronological. So I'm not planning on doing anything different for my wedding album either. I'm planning on going chronologically in my books I already have. But I probably will group them together as far as the products I use, just so the same time or the same type of events all are cohesive. But it's kind of what I do for like St. Augustine. I use a lot of the P13 and it kind of just all coordinated that way, but not all of the vacation was P13, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm planning on happening. If there was a collection that came out that was like my wedding inspiration, like someone took my Pinterest board and made it into a collection, maybe I would use it for the whole thing. But I just feel like I'll get bored if I use the same collection for all of it. So I'm planning on just doing it that way. And then my last question is from Joyce. She asked, actually there are a couple people that asked this question, but Joyce asked, she said, my brother's in the military. He was wondering if he was going to be able to come. So yes, my brother is in the military. He is in Virginia right now and he's about to be shipped out to Germany for 3 years. But he did put in for leave, so he should be able to come home. He is one of my groomsmen. He is also a groomsman for my mom. My mom is also getting married next year. She's getting married in February. So that's the bigger struggle for him because it is so close to when he's going to be going out there. Usually if you go out in December, they're not going to want you to leave like a month later. But I think they're going to let him. They for sure will for me, unless something crazy happens and, you know, he can't. But he should be able to come home for me. I don't think that's a problem. I think they've already said that's fine. The bigger struggle, I think, is him coming home for my mom's because hers is so much sooner. But I think he'll be able to come home for both. So, I think that's all the questions. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave them below. I actually really enjoy these types of videos. I used to get really stressed out by them, but now I really, really love them because I feel like it just lets you see a different side of me and lets you, I don't know, it makes, I think watching my normal process videos more enjoyable when you can see me and who's doing it and maybe get more inside my head to why I do certain things and that kind of stuff. So if you have more questions, leave them below. I will be happy to do another one of these. These are really fun for me. But I did want to do a giveaway. We have passed 1,700 friends on my YouTube, which is crazy to me. I still, whenever I see those, I'm like, that's not right. There's not that many people. But I don't think I've done a giveaway recently and I feel like I'm overdue for one. So I have 2 hashtag sticker books left. I need to get some newer stuff for you guys though, because when I first started giving away the sticker books, they were like new and now I feel like they're like old. But if you still are interested in the sticker books, I have 2 left. I have Chamel's hashtag sticker book. There are 2007 stickers in here, so if Chamel is your style. Or I have the Maggie Holmes one, and she has 1,163 stickers in here. I want to give these to you guys. I bought them to give away to you, and then I haven't done a giveaway. So if you guys just comment anything in the description, I will just randomly pick somebody I don't even know when this is going live. When is this gonna go live? Let me look at my album, my calendar, Harry Potter calendar that Marcus gave me. Okay, so I am gonna make this go live. I have a video there and a video there. So I'm gonna make this go live on Wednesday, November 11th, and I will pick a winner on Sunday the 15th. Sound good? So yeah, actually, do I want to do that or I want to give you guys more time? I think that's good. That's almost a week. Yeah, so Sunday the 15th, I'll pick a winner. What I do need is for everyone who comments, it doesn't matter what you comment, you'll be included in the giveaway draw that I'll randomly pull from. But I need a way to contact you because YouTube, I cannot direct message people, and I've had a lot of giveaways where I couldn't reach the person who won because they didn't see me reply to their comment saying that they won. So if you would please, if you feel comfortable, leave your either Instagram tag or your email if you feel comfortable doing that, but some way so I can reach out to you if you win, because I want to send you these things, and I hate when I can't contact you guys when you win because I want to give you the things. So yeah, just and then maybe comment which one you want. Do I want to do one? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm only pulling one person, so I have one for another giveaway. So it doesn't matter. I will just ask you which one you want when you win. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This was a lot of fun. And hopefully we can do another one soon once I get some more questions. But I'll see you in the next process video. Bye.